What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video was literally suggested the other day and I thought I have to check it out. Quite a few people wanted to see it. It's Dee Gordon's emotional home run for Jose Fernandez deserves a deep rewind. I don't know much about this, but apparently it is quite an emotional one. We'll get straight into it. It's another MLB one. If you like these MLB reactions, hit that like button guys, hit that subscribe button as well. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm sorry for my ignorance on this topic. I know nothing about it and I will know nothing about it unless the video tells me. So firstly I just want to say I apologise for that because there will be bits I do not know in this video. But hopefully I understand it all. And yeah, let's get straight into it guys.
It's September 26th, 2016. We're at Marlins Park in Miami, Florida, with Bartolo Colon pitching for the Mets in the bottom of the first.
Okay.
With no runs on the board, the Marlins leadoff hitter Dee Gordon waits for the 2-0 pitch. Look, I know, on paper, the stakes are low. There's no championship up for grabs, we're only 3 outs into the game. But this next pitch will become part of a moment so much more impactful than even a World Series would be for Miami.
Oh, wow.
To appreciate something that's bigger than just one game or sports in general, we need to rewind.
Oh, wow, bigger than sports in general and one game. So this is going to be very deep and it's going to be interesting. Let's just like, I'm enjoying it so far. I don't know if keen again is the right word because I don't really know what it entails. Apparently it's emotional. But it's a big moment, 100% from what I've seen. It seems so big.
Gordon is about to have one of the most memorable at-bats of his career. But it's coming during a season that he'd probably rather look past. Okay. Not because of anything he did or didn't do on the field, more so because of the fact that he couldn't be on the field for much of 2016.
Damn, unlucky,
in April, he received an 80-game suspension, which was a big blow to a Marlins team that...
Okay, I said unlucky, man. I thought it was going to be from injury. It's for performance-enhancing drugs. You can't be unlucky if you go for the drugs. I know a lot of people said back then, or back in the day, a lot of people were on them, but if you're going to risk it, you can't be upset if you get caught.
Managed just 71 wins a year before, with Gordon playing in 145 games. And by playing, I mean he dominated. It took him just 28 games to record his 50th hit, and by season's end, he led the National League in hits, batting average, and stolen bases, which all paired nicely with his first Gold Glove award. Doing so in his first season in Miami, he was part of a core making the Marlins fun, or at least watchable again. What Gordon lacked in power, he more than made up for in speed, which he showed off on June 30th, 2015 against the Giants when he legged out an inside-the-park home run.
He got a home run for that, as if. That must almost be impossible and never happen. He must be
was his first homer of the season and one of just 8 that he would have in his 5-year career entering 2016. He didn't add to that total in the first 21 games of the season before getting suspended, nor has he in the 53 since his return. And while his numbers have slipped from the year before, considering he was otherworldly in 2015, Gordon's doing just fine. Okay. He showed very little rust from the 80 games off. The trouble is, with or without Gordon, the Marlins are all but mathematically eliminated from the postseason for the 13th straight season. It'll even be a struggle to finish 500. And considering who they're facing tonight, it will be just a bit tougher. Partially because Colon is famously big and even more famously sexy, which can cause a distraction. And
he was the guy, wasn't he, who hit that home run. It was like an incredible moment. And it was a while ago, and I thought on my reaction that he was a batter. I was like, let's go, man. And he was running around. No, it was a one-off hit. I was like, that's what you get. Sometimes a big lad can do it, but it turns out he's a pitcher, and we're seeing him now.
But also, he's a good pitcher. And with the start tonight, he and the Mets have a bit more to play for as they look to lock up a wildcard spot for their first postseason appearance since last year. If they can, it'll be New York's first back-to-back playoffs since the 99 and 2000 seasons, which was all the way back when Colon was a sweet, starry-eyed 27-year-old. That was 7 teams, 1 50-game suspension for PEDs, and just a couple LBs ago for the pitcher.
Okay, so a lot of people get suspensions for his PEDs, I'm guessing. Let me know if that many people was on it and they just got caught. And it doesn't seem like a big deal. We're only getting season kind of long game bans, 50-game ban and stuff like that. It doesn't seem too much of a big deal because the next year they're just welcomed back. It looks like. Let me know if I'm completely wrong on that though.
Gordon, Colon came out of his 2012 suspension looking fresh. He finished the year with the second most wins in the AL and led the league in complete game shutouts. That earned him a nice contract from the Mets, which Cologne repaid by recording his most strikeouts since his Cy Young winning 2005 season.
Fair play.
And before tonight, in 2016, he had been pretty solid, especially over his last 10 games when the Mets needed it the most. And they needed it tonight. They're facing a Marlins team that's playing for so much more than whatever fleeting postseason hopes exist. And regardless of which side is pitching, Miami would have a presence on the mound. That number 16 wasn't going anywhere, especially not from the hearts and minds of Marlins players, coaches, or fans. Miami's star, the young ace Jose Fernandez, was found dead less than 2 days earlier after a boat he was in crashed into a jetty. This devastated his teammates, their entire city, and the league as a whole. No one wanted to believe his story would end like this. He arrived in the US as a 15-year-old after his 4th attempt to defect from Cuba. On the journey over, he dove into the water to save a woman who had fallen in, which turned out to be his mother.
Oh, wow. I mean, if anyone knows, did he know his mother? Either way, he still jumped in, risking his own life. And if he didn't know his mother, that's even more commendable, because he's doing it for potentially a stranger. Yeah, this guy's definitely a good guy. He's obviously had a very tough upbringing wherever he was. Felt the need he had to get away, and damn, that's awful to hear, man. Awful.
After settling in Tampa, he won a pair of high school state titles and drew the eyes of Marlins management, who selected him 14th overall in the 2011 draft.
Not bad.
He struck out 8 over 5 innings in his debut on April 7th, 2013 against the Mets, and while a New York comeback in the 9th spoiled his result, he'd go on to earn NL Rookie of the Year honors and finish 3rd in Cy Young voting. In addition to that, in his final game of the season, he crushed a ball that went out for his first career home run against Atlanta.
Nailed it. Wow. Absolutely nailed it.
And
look at him just watching. He's like, is he going to go? Is he going to go? Oh, yes, it's gone. Yeah, I can get rid of it. I meant to do that.
It also led to the benches clearing once he made it home after Atlanta disapproved of him spitting his way around third and taking a little too long to look at the ball. When it came to his pitching, some argued it was the greatest season by a rookie in MLB history.
Wow.
So, to no one's surprise, Fernandez got the nod to be the Marlins opening day starter in his 2nd season, making him the youngest to do that in the NL since Dwight Gooden in 1986.
Fair play.
And although his season came to an end in May, he returned halfway through 2015 looking like the ace the Marlins needed. That carried into this season for Fernandez, which included an unbeaten May, part of 8 straight starts that ended with him earning the win.
Wow.
In his final outing against the division-leading Nationals, he struck out 12 across 8 scoreless innings, and afterward told a teammate that he felt it was the best game he'd ever pitched. But when he passed away, it wasn't tragic because he was a great pitcher. It devastated the communities because he was loved as a person. Tonight at Marlins Park, you could see that in the stands and around the stadium with.
That's awesome to see everyone paying respect. So, and yeah, like you said, at the end of the day, we all love sport, we really do. But when it comes to this stuff, it's out of a window. Let's be truthful, it is. And yeah, he sounds like a fantastic person. Obviously, hearing the story about jumping in the water, he sounds like he's a great character with his teammates from what has been said as well. And on top of that, he was a fantastic athlete and potentially a future star, or at least he was a star. He was turning into a star as he was progressing. And it's awesome to see them signs. But that is brutal, man. Should never happen in life. I mean, there's nothing you can do sometimes, but it's absolutely awful.
Memorials popping up as they had throughout all of Miami. And you could also see it on every Marlins player, physically in the fact that they all wore his jersey in tribute, but also in the emotions openly on display for the last 36 hours. The Marlins canceled their game on the day of Fernandez's death, and many took the time to open up about the 24-year-old. The theme of their memories was the joy he brought to and took from baseball. Marlins manager Don Mattingly likened him to how kids play the game, having never lost that early passion.
Oh, I love that.
Eduardo Perez said that all Fernandez wanted to do was have fun and be on that mound and play the game. Not work the game, but play the game.
Awesome.
And he played it beautifully. Marlins president David Sampson, backed by the entire team, spoke at length about Jose and referenced the fact that they would make sure no one forgot the man that Fernandez was.
100%.
His story is representative of a story of hope and of love and of faith, and no one will ever let that story die.
Those who had grown up with him over the last few years expressed their love, their hurt, and how much they'd miss Fernandez's daily positivity. Gordon posted on his Instagram a sentiment shared by many teammates. They were family, and they'd lost a brother.
Wow.
Ahead of the opening pitch tonight, they surrounded the mound with number 16.
I want to go back. I'm not pausing too much because I want to
Ahead of the opening pitch tonight, they were family, and they'd lost.
Oh, what have we done there? Okay, there we go. We are back. Sorry about that, guys. But look at that. I do know I love you, and I'm so hurt to see my brother get. I'm so passionate, man. You were always happy and get the biggest. Like, that just sums his character up at the top, and then the bottom just sums up what his teammates thought of him, man.
Lost a brother. Ahead of the opening pitch tonight, they surrounded the mound with number 16 for a moment of silence in the national anthem, as Marlins players fought through tears. The Mets crossed the infield and both teams embraced following the anthem, showing the impact felt by the entire league. Miami took to the mound as a team and left messages in the dirt for their pitcher, before taking their places as their first game without Jose began. But the tribute was far from over, and even the first pitch of this at-bat had purpose. Dee Gordon has batted lefty his entire career, so where he's currently at, it makes sense. But when he came to the plate, he stepped into the opposite batter's box. Settling in as a righty, just like Jose, Gordon actually mimicked Fernandez's batting stance to a T, knee wiggle and all. After taking ball one, he swapped out equipment.
And I would guess that was Jose's helmet.
And returned to his natural side where he took ball two. With less than 2 days separating this pitch from Fernandez's death, every emotion has filtered through these players.
I mean, just look at the players, look at the fans, and again, that's huge credit. Like, he's gone in. He was the person who posted that Instagram post we read as well. Gordon, and he's got. That's awesome, man. The fact that he's done that, that's a memory a lot of people are going to share. Imagine for their family as well. They're probably watching this. His family's probably watching that, and that would definitely have meant a lot to them. Wow, man.
Organization and their fans. In and outside the stadium located in Little Havana, memorials grow, honoring the man who loved baseball but openly loved life even more. And while the healing process needed more time, for today at least, they were back to just playing baseball. But Gordon, who has never been mistaken for a power hitter, has one more salute for his brother. Welcome to a moment in history.
Absolutely nail it. Oh, you can hear that crunch as well.
It's deep, and it's gone!
Wow,
Dee Gordon has hit it out, and the Marlins have a 1-0 lead.
Awesome, man. Wow.
I'm sorry, here's something happier and much more lighthearted. It's my treat for you. Or, if you want to keep this train going.
We'll end that there, guys. Wow, that was absolutely incredible storytelling from this channel. So I'll leave a link of Secret Base, I believe it is. I'll leave a link in the description, guys. Definitely check it out. If you want me to check Mark from his channel, I definitely will. But wow, what a fantastic guy he seems like. What a spirit, what a trooper. And it's just a shame happening then. But what, like, again, it's bigger than sport, but it's amazing to see how little things like this just work out after tragic events. We saw it in NASCAR. Maybe not all you guys aren't NASCAR fans, but with Dale Earnhardt, his son winning it, I think it was a year after, I can't remember off the top of my head, and then the 20th anniversary of Free Call winning it, and stuff like that. Little things just happen, and it feels like they're meant to happen. And it's absolutely awesome that he managed to get that little tribute in there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully it hasn't been a too sad one, and hopefully you guys hit that like button anyway. I understand if not. Again, like I always say with reactions like this, there's bigger things than a like, so if you don't want to do it, that's absolutely fine. Hit that subscribe button as well, guys, and have a fantastic day. Peace.